are satisfied, if you are not hungry, you need to check yourself.
They want to take what you got go get it and go out.
Right now is your chance. Right now is your opportunity. Right now, you gotta make today count.
What we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We gotta do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
Roll Tide, Nick.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Hello, everyone. Welcome to me and Nick show. Nick and Rise Up football talk here, and the first night, so we're gonna get this thing rolling. We had a guest, but he had some issues getting on, so we're gonna roll without him tonight. He was a Georgia fan, and I hate that we couldn't get him on because I had some great questions for him. He's a knowledgeable young gentleman on football in general, not just Georgia. He knows football, and I really wanted to pick his brain, but he couldn't make it. So me and Nick we're gonna roll and do what we do. So tonight was a Georgia show, and it still is a Georgia show. So I guess we get started. How you doing, Nick?
Man, I'm doing great. Man, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome.
All right. So topic title: Can them Bulldogs, them Georgia Bulldogs, can they three-peat? And according to their fan base and what they be saying in these chats, it ain't no if or can. It's gonna happen. It's a done deal.
Yeah,
It's set in stone. If we just haven't reached a date, but it's gonna happen. There's no way it's not gonna happen. So, hey, if they feel that good about their team, I'm happy for them. So what me and you can do, start this thing off, is we can go and guard this UGA schedule for 2023.
Yes,
and
sir.
See what them boys coming up again. And the first game, which is September 2nd, is Tennessee Martin. Okay. Tennessee Martin.
Sorry.
Yeah, and we all know what's gonna.
Hey, hold on. We have a guest tonight, sir.
We have a guest.
We have a guest.
Oh my goodness,
There we go.
Mr. Brandon Harrison, how you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm glad you can make it, man. So
Me
glad
too.
you can come here. All right.
Got it.
It was gonna be a struggle for us to do this without you, since it's a Georgia show tonight.
Yeah, I was trying to, and then I checked my spam folder, and it just came through. Like literally, just came through.
So the email he sent you, cool.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So everybody, this is one Mr. Brandon Harrison. Good young man. We're co-workers, and like I was saying earlier, he knows his football, and he is a Georgia fan. So we're gonna talk some Georgia football. But I asked you earlier, Brandon, your birth year.
Do what?
Right?
Now?
Remember I asked you earlier in the text what was your birth year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1992. Same as my son.
Yeah.
I think my son is like a week before yours. It's a couple of weeks. My son is September 16. Yours is
Mine's December 3rd.
December 3rd. So he got you by a month or two or so.
Right.
But anyway, so I got a Georgia Bulldog fun fact for you. 1992 Georgia Bulldog fun fact.
All right.
1992, Georgia was 10-2 that year. 10-2. We only lost to Florida and to Tennessee. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And they went on to the Citrus Bowl to beat the Ohio State University by a score of 21-14 that year.
Right.
So, your birth year, you guys didn't win the championship or anything, but you had a winning season, a 10-2 season, and you did win the Citrus Bowl. So, congratulations.
Right.
I said your birth had something to do with it.
Yep. Yeah. I
Right.
guess that was either the Ray. I guess that was Ray Goff or Jim Donnan years.
That would have been golf year.
Goff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask you. Well, the topic of the night is, can Georgia three-peat? Will they three-peat championship this season? Will they win the third one in a row? And with you being a Georgia fan, I'm gonna ask you, do you think that you guys are gonna go 3? Win that third one, or?
I do not. No, I do not. Because
Hey, we get started. You got some Georgia fans. I want you to make them mad now, okay?
No. I do not. Just because of Todd Monken leaving, and Mike Bobo
because of
coming in.
Todd Monken
all the players
leaving.
trying to get used to him and all that.
Mm-hmm. Nick, we got a little echo. I don't know.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out something out. I'm go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Okay. So, with that being said, Brandon, we're gonna run down Georgia's schedule. Oh well, before we run the schedule, what do you say in your mind? A record for you. In your mind, what do you think that the Georgia Bulldogs record will be for this up and coming season?
I think they will go. I think they'll go undefeated in the regular season. I just don't know about the playoff scenario. And if they were to lose a game during the regular season, it would either be to Tennessee or Florida, because that's just the type of rivalry it is. Like Alabama and Auburn, it doesn't it don't really matter what the records are or anything. They're always good games, really.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I like that take. You're gonna make some Georgia folk mad at you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like the fact that you're being honest and not just a fanatic. You're looking at the overall scheme of thing and not just, So we're gonna run down the schedule. So this year, start September 2nd, opening weekend, you guys face Tennessee Martin. Right. What do you see a score prediction? What do you see, the score being that game?
Probably high score, probably 56-7, 56-14.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick?
Hey, no, that's about right. And that 14 gonna come at some last minute crowd, like probably 5 minutes. Probably it's gonna come in the fourth quarter. So I agree with that.
Okay.
Right.
Well, they might slip one of those 14 somewhere early in the game. It might slip up somewhere early in the game, but yeah, no more than 14 though.
Okay. The following week will be September 9th. You guys play Ball State.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that game?
Ball State. I'm gonna go with probably 42-10.
42-10. Okay.
Right.
Following week, the 16th, which is my son's birthday.
Right. Happy birthday.
Another home game. Another home game, South Carolina. Now, South Carolina, as you know, they've been kind of coming up here lately. You know, they got Spencer Rattler still.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back.
Right.
We saw what they did to Tennessee last year. Now, that was at South Carolina. South Carolina has to come to Athens to play you guys. What do you see in that game?
35-17.
35-17. Okay.
Yeah. You know, just because of our defense is, our defense is still going to be good. I'm just really, curious of what the offense is going to do. Which, Mike Bobo was our offensive coordinator when Mark Richt was a coach, and he was pretty good. But this is a different time and everything, and we have a first-year quarterback coming in to start, and it's that's my thing is I'm wondering how the offense is going to do.
Okay. I'm just giving my opinion. I feel like this game could be a sneaky game, just for the simple fact of South Carolina. That was trending upward last season. Towards the end of the season, they had some good wins, and they believe in Shane Beamer over there. They believe in Shane Beamer. Not saying South Carolina is going to win, but I believe if everything goes right for South Carolina that day, they're possibly gonna pull it off. And I know a lot of people they're like, they don't believe that it can happen in Athens. And honestly, probably won't happen in Athens. But I just know the same thing was said in 2019 that they didn't think it was gonna happen. I think it was gonna happen, and they pulled it off. And Spencer Rattler could possibly be the quarterback that we all thought he was going to be coming out of high school if he continues to trend upward from last season.
Okay. What are the South Carolina receivers looking like? Because I got to be honest with you, I don't really follow South Carolina like that, so I'm not sure. Right. Did they lose a lot of receivers?
I think one of their guys hit the portal. I think one of their guys. I think two of their guys might be hit. Two of their good guys hit the portal. But I just know they believe in Shane Beamer over there. And when you believe in what your coach is selling, that's a good recipe for a good team. South Carolina pull out at the end? No. But I'm just saying it could be a slick, sneaky game.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then, the next week, you guys are
no more better. We just don't follow South Carolina like
that. You're talking to those UGA fans in the chat. But you guys have another home game on the 23rd against UAB, which I know that it's going to be a win. What do you see in that game?
UAB. I'm gonna go, another, blowout. Probably Georgia in the 50s and UAB probably 7 to 14 points.
Okay. Nick, what you think?
I agreed the same thing. Hey, Mo, better. South Carolina was garbage for real in 2019. I know y'all saying this ain't 2019. And y'all talking about they lost their best two whatever. Tell you, on the right day in the given time, it doesn't freaking matter. Y'all had Jake Fromm in 2019 coming off a national championship. And I know y'all going to be like, it's raining. I don't think it was raining that day. I still don't think it was raining that day.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, man. I'm responding to the comments. I've been getting caught up, man.
So we go from UAB to your guys' first away game, and you got to go down to the Plains, down to the Cal College in Auburn. They got a new coach, Hugh Freeze. They retained Cadillac Williams, so he's with the program. I know a lot of those, guys believe in Cadillac, and it seems to be that they're kind of buying what Hugh Freeze is selling right now anyway. So, we'll see. What do you? Because listen, Jordan Hare is a crazy stadium, man. Anything, I don't know, some kind of voodoo go on down there. I don't know what the hell. I hate anytime Alabama have to go to Auburn, and we have to go this year because anything can happen. What do your look is on the Auburn game?
This is this is what I've always said. I've been following Georgia football real hard, since I was a kid. I grew up watching with my dad and brother, and SEC football it's you never know. But I'm gonna go with Georgia 28, Auburn 21.
Giving Georgia, you're giving Auburn that much credit, huh?
Yeah, because like I said, I've, it's SEC, and it's still a big rivalry game, and
right.
They have a lot to look forward to in that game. So
it's the oldest rivalry in the South, man.
It's deep, for sure. So I'm gonna go with 28-21.
28-21 in favor of the Bulldogs. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see that. What's up, Nick?
My man Austin. A hand clap for the super chat. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. All right. So October 7th, you guys go back home. And you're gonna face the Kentucky Wildcats in Athens. What are your views on that game?
My views on that game.
Ooh,
that game's always, kind of strange game. I'm gonna go with 21-14 Georgia.
21-14 Georgia.
Yeah.
How many people did Kentucky lose this year? I know there's another school I don't keep up with because Alabama play them every blue moon. So I'm really not sure what they're looking like as far as returning players and people leaving going into the NFL. So, do you know, Nick?
I know they got a transfer quarterback. What's his name? Devin Leary from North Carolina State. He's a pretty decent quarterback. Kentucky. My question for Kentucky: can they get their off up to par? If not, Georgia gonna run through that line all day. Honestly, another question: they're getting their offensive coordinator back from. I forgot that dude's name right now. I can't even think his name right now, but from a couple years ago, he's a pretty good OC. But honestly, I just don't think Kentucky gonna have the firepower really to. I don't know. Like last season, it was close, but the thing was about Kentucky, they couldn't score on offense. So, if they can't score on offense, Kentucky is not Georgia, man.
Right. Yeah,
it's SEC games, so it could be. Any of the SEC games could be sneaky, man.
Right. I'm looking at really Georgia beating Kentucky between 14 to 17 points. So, that's me. And Mo Better in the chats. Mo Better said this guy's he's a new fan. Here's the name, Mo Better. Mr. Carrison goes off of stats and numbers, not emotions.
Right.
Do he want Georgia to go 3-3? Yeah, he do. He want to win 3.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So, but he's not just shooting stuff out. Just throwing stuff. He goes by numbers and stats and different things of that nature. So he's optimistic and so he's not just a crazy fanatic like you, Mo Better, just say any crazy old thing. But it's okay. We understand it. It's cool to be a fan. I ain't mad at you. Alabama have them too. We got them people that just can't tell them nothing.
Right.
It is what it is. All right. So we leave Kentucky, and you guys go away to Nashville to play Vandy. Now, Vandy's Vandy. They're in the SEC, but it's Vanderbilt. I'm really expecting more one of those like Ball State type of prediction from you.
Yeah, I am too.
And it's not funny with Vanderbilt because you say Vanderbilt is going to be better. I don't doubt that, but they're not going to be. It's not going to be better enough to beat Georgia. Make it close, really. Like they're not going to be that much daggone better. They might have improved quarterback play, but it's not going to be improved enough. Like that game, Vandy might not even see a touchdown in that game. They might see 6 or 7. They might get 6, 7. I mean, they might get 7, but Vanderbilt ain't gonna. The best days they had was with James Franklin, and I don't think those days, those the best days, and I don't think those days are coming back no time soon.
Right. So, but what's your prediction on that one, Brandon?
I'm gonna go 42-17.
42-17.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Sound about right. I can read that. Okay. Second on the road game, which you guys go down there every year, but you guys are their away team this year. And you kind of talked about it earlier. You guys go down to Florida and play the Gators.
Right.
Now, you know, they got a second-year head coach in Billy Napier. And I've seen him putting together, he's trying to put together a nice staff. I don't know, you know, if it's going to pan out the second year. It's going to take him maybe 2-3 years to get those things, you know, get everything in motion like he wanted, the team how he wants it. But I know you have some concern about Florida, but I mean, really, what do you think you guys, you know, outcome will be in that particular game?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with probably 35-28.
35-28. That's a tight game. That's a tight game.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you think Florida is gonna be that good second year? And I think I've been hearing a lot of talk about Graham Mertz. How good do you think that dude really is? If you know anything about him.
I don't know much about him. I just know it just seems like Florida's ready to play Georgia a lot. You know, I'm always nervous about Florida versus Georgia every year. So,
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like that Bama Auburn thing. Like you said, man, everything goes out the window, you know, at that particular game. But I really see Georgia. I'm going 38-21. 38-21. That's what I'm going.
Right. So,
the
talent gap. Go ahead.
I'm about to say I ain't even sipping the Florida juice. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm going like 45, 21, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys come back home on November 4th, and you're gonna face Missouri, the Missouri Tigers, which I don't even know why they're in the SEC in the first place. That's just me. So what are you looking at for that game?
That Missouri game this year, that was
a
close one. Oh man,
Missouri had you nervous, didn't it?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, we were like, oh damn. Missouri. I'm gonna go.
You guys are home. You're at home.
I'm gonna go 28-10.
Okay. 28-10 was good. What you think, Nick?
Ooh. Hey, you got some. The scores on these are kind of low, and I'm assuming you think about because There's question marks at the quarterback position, like right.
Yeah, and plus, with Bobo being the coordinator, I think it's going to take them, a year or two to, come up with something like, Todd Monken had. So, and right, yeah, Carson Becker, Brock Vandegrift, whoever starts, first year quarterback, the talent is amazing. It's just, can they get in rhythm and, really,
Okay. I mean,
yeah.
I respect that because everybody want to say Carson Beck gonna be that dude. Everybody want to say it's not Carson Beck, but the thing is, it's still question marks. Like I done heard a lot of stuff that Carson Beck get hitting that 100 miles away. That might be gravy and all, but how do you react under pressure? How do you act in a game time situation? So I see why you coming with the low scores, but with Mike Bobo, I think Mike Bobo got more to work with this time, this go around. I think he got more to work with this go around, and I think Mike Bobo, I think he can actually do something with if he can stick to the same script that Monken left. If he sticks to that script, I think it can go well for Georgia.
Right.
And so with Missouri, I think it's not gonna. I think it's not gonna be as close as last season. I'm gonna say that.
So, you, Brandon.
Hey, my bad. You know who else was better than the Alabama quarterback? Matthew Stafford was better than the Alabama quarterback around that time too. And guess who won national championships over Matthew Stafford, sir?
Yep. Matt Stafford was like, a highly touted recruit. And
Caleb Williams, the best quarterback in college football. I guarantee you he's not going to win the national championship.
No.
So, Brandon, with your quarterbacks, with the quarterback battle you guys have going on, what do you? I mean, is it the particular guy that you want to win, or you don't care as long as it's the best person for the job, or?
I mean, I would like to see Brock. I would like to see Brock Vandegrift start.
Okay.
I followed him a little bit. I would like to see him start. But I would support either guy. Because of course, Smart knows best. So I wouldn't doubt who they start. But me personally, I would like to see Vandegrift start. Yes.
Okay. So, but Beck has been there with what is his third year?
I think he's going to his fourth.
He's going to his fourth year. All right. Then you got Brock, and then you have Hunter.
Yes,
Gunnar Stockton. Okay. If
real quick, hey, 6-0. Appreciate the super chat, yo. Appreciate the super chat.
Thank you, 6-0. Appreciate that, fella. If we see Vandegrift win a starting job this year, do you think that Carson Beck is going to hit the transfer portal?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, especially listen. If he's a senior, if this is his fourth year, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he redshirted a year, so he has another year eligibility. But I don't see it. I mean, I don't blame him if he didn't win the starting job, leave and go somewhere. Me personally, I wouldn't blame him. Okay. Well, after Mizzou, you guys are gonna face Mr. Get Your Popcorn Ready and the Rebels. So
yeah,
he's coming to Athens. Yeah. So you got Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels. How do you feel about those guys, and what do you think the score be in that game?
I'm gonna go with 28-24, Georgia.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they score again?
28-24.
Ooh.
I'm like, I see Georgia scoring way more than that. But here's the thing. We know Lane Kiffin. Listen, one thing about Georgia, we know Georgia defense gonna be pumping, right? They bringing it. Lane Kiffin like to go for it on 4th and 25 on his 10-yard line. I'm like, dude, punt the ball, please. Punt the ball. But you're not even coaching Alabama, and I want you to punt the ball. You know, and he'd go for it. So if Lane doesn't straighten up and start punting the ball, putting his guys playing that field position game, you know, I see Georgia kind of running up the score, man. That's just me, you know. Now if Lane come out and he go ahead, what you gonna say, Nick?
You know the fun thing about Ole Miss, I'm gonna say they had a starting quarterback in what his name, Jackson Dart. They had a starting quarterback. And they go to the portal and go get the dude Spencer Sanders from Oklahoma State, who lit it up in Oklahoma State. So some of the decisions he make are like, you're starting a quarterback controversy. Then they got an LSU dude. I think the LSU dude pretty good transfer too. I think he pretty good. So I'm like, you're starting a quarterback controversy that you don't really have to start unless he just see Spencer Sanders really coming in and taking the position. But you're talking about a dude that has to come into a new system and learn what Lane Kiffin has going on. And I think Lane Kiffin, he can work with quarterbacks really well. So he could possibly do it. Jenkins, Quayshawn Jenkins, whatever the dude name, they have a great running back, but what the hell Ole Miss defense is going to look like? They got offensive coordinator in college football last season.
Right.
And we see what that was about with Alabama. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Georgia going to steamroll them too, man.
You think so?
Yeah, me too. That's my feeling.
What did I say? SEC football, Lane Kiffin can be tricky. So, because when Lane Kiffin come out clicking on all cylinders, it can be a long day for any team. When he come out clicking on all cylinders, it can be a long day.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
like I said, I hope I'm, wrong and they do three-peat, but it's just it's really hard to predict this stuff, really.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right, man. Because you got barring injuries and everything else that come along with the game, you never know what can happen. So, I mean, if you're looking at the schedule, if anybody has a shot, it's Georgia.
Right.
I mean, especially for the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, they can go.
Yeah.
And now,
definitely.
The next game on the 18th at Ole Miss, you guys got to go to Neyland Stadium, home of the throw the goalpost in the river.
Yeah.
Y'all better muster up.
And listen, I already know how you feel about Tennessee. I know how you feel about Tennessee. But well, what do you think about that Tennessee game, man? Really? Because the Tennessee fans said, okay, y'all only won because it wasn't at home. This is last game. They went at home
raining.
and it rained. And it rained.
And
that's why
deep before the rain.
Yeah. And my thing was, if it hadn't rained, you guys would be the worst because you start running the ball. It went to a one-dimensional game after the rain started. So, but if it hadn't rained, Georgia would have put some more points up on Tennessee. So, but what do you think? What do you think, sir?
Well, they say, if it wasn't at home. Well, we played them at home the year before, and we beat their ass worse than what we beat them this past year. So, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go 28-17 Georgia.
28-17 Georgia.
Right.
Okay.
I can see that score. But the thing, I'm gonna tell you about not Georgia, but Tennessee fans. See, Tennessee fans, they acting like they was just in the college football playoff and lost by 1 point by Georgia to Georgia. This is what they acting like coming into this season. They beat us 1 year out of 15 years, and now all of a sudden they're Hall of Famers. I told them, if this was baseball, you will suck. You will suck if this was baseball. Listen, these Tennessee fans are. I know people say Alabama fans are the losers. No, we say Georgia fans are the losers, but Tennessee are the most funniest people in the world. Somebody told me on Twitter that nobody didn't stop y'all in 2008 from feeling like y'all was going to win the national championship. I said, sir, you talking about a team that went undefeated in the regular season and lost to Tim Tebow and the Florida Gators in the SEC championship. That's why nobody really could say nothing about that, because there was no doubt. Y'all end up losing to South Carolina, Clemson. Like, come on, man. No,
Right.
they beat Clemson, my bad, but they got smoked against South Carolina, though.
South Carolina ran out of fireworks. Yes. They had no more display.
Right.
So for that game's sake, now y'all going into a harsh environment. I will say that. Y'all going into a harsh that. So, but I hope y'all stop a mud hole in Tennessee.
Yeah, I do as well, because I know a lot of their fans are very arrogant. They're like, and I'm just like, y'all hadn't done anything since I can remember. I mean,
T.
they
Martin.
had that one.
Yeah, T. Martin. Mm-hmm.
And that was what, 1998?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 98.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, that's awesome that your team is, doing good, but, when you hadn't done shit in 20 years, you can't really talk about other teams, really,
real. Like, seriously.
So, and last but not least, November 25th, you guys come down to Atlanta, Georgia to play the mighty, mighty, mighty Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And, come on. Yeah. What's your score, sir?
I'm gonna go for that game actually started off slow this past year for Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it actually. I'm gonna go 35-17.
Boy, you got some low score. Because
I give
I'm saying 52-17. That's what I'm thinking.
17 minus 10.
Seriously, dude. You trying to be Brandon, you trying to be a diplomatic. You trying to be diplomatic. Don't be diplomatic, man. Tell it like it is.
Hey, be a fan. Like, you can be a fan. It's okay.
Oh, come on, man. Y'all gonna kill Georgia Tech, man. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Spencer put 62-10.
I'm not one of these fans that is like, oh, we're gonna kick everybody's ass and this and that. I'm real reserved and all that. But like when they play TCU, I mean, I knew we would beat them. I just, I didn't really know how they would come out and play. It's like Oregon last year. We didn't. I knew that they were probably going to win, but I didn't know they'd come out and beat the hell out of Oregon like they were going to do.
Man, they beat the out of Oregon. But I think y'all is a fire Oregon. After Oregon went back up north, them boys put it together. Now, I do understand that they playing in the Pac-12 or whatever, and it's different, but still, they look like a whole totally different team. And I think after they came down south and got that southern butt whooping put on them, they was like, oh, yeah, we gotta get this together. Now, got a question for you. You were born in 92.
Right.
So since you've been born, when you were born, Ray Goff was a coach. Then you had Jim Dunning, Mark Richt from 2001 to 2015, Kirby Smart 2015 to current. Out of your time period from 92 to now, I know who you're gonna say is your favorite coach, but who is your favorite coach? I already know who it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, Mark Richt.
I wasn't expecting you to say Mark Richt. I was
Really?
Kirby Smart.
Man, I was.
Explain this to me. Explain this to me.
Hey, I just gotta say this before this. I gotta say this before this. The Georgia fans are in this chat right now. They are pissed off. Oh, boy.
You know, to me, obviously Kirby Smart is the better coach, but my personal favorite, I like the type of man Mark Richt is, and Mark Richt had a good career at Georgia.
Really did. He really did.
I remember a few times, if the cards were right, they could have won a championship with Mark Richt.
Right? They couldn't get over that hump, but
yeah, obviously Kirby Smart is the better coach, yes, but my personal favorite is Mark Richt because of his longevity, and I grew up, I really started watching Georgia hardcore when I was, 2001, right when he was becoming the coach, and that's all I had known my childhood was watching Mark Richt on the sidelines. And I really, man, I was really upset when they let Mark Richt go, but then, over time I'm like, it was time to move on in another direction.
Yeah,
and,
it was time to refresh the program. It was.
Right. I'm very happy with the results that Kirby Smart gave to us. And, I will say Kirby Smart is a better coach, but my personal favorite, I would say, is Mark Richt. Yes.
Okay. So let me speak on that real quick. So KB did a video about, he did a video about we can't call Kirby Smart a great coach yet because it's too early. And I was like, okay, I agree to that too. I can say he's the hottest coach right now, and he's the best coach coming in 2023. But I had left a comment up on that video. I said Kirby Smart came into a great situation for a first-time head coach. And somebody left up on the comment say, well, no, the program was depleted before he came. I said, definitely was not depleted. The year before that, before Kirby came, they lost 30 games. The year before that, they lost 30 games. 13, I think they lost games that season. But the season before that was 2012. They went to the SEC championship and almost beat Alabama.
Almost beat Alabama.
How can you call that a depleted program? Like, how?
Yeah. Right.
Kirby Smart landed in a great situation.
Right. To me, Rick laid the foundation, and then he was just able to do what Rick wasn't able to do. Go back to 2002. They went 13-1. The only game they lost was to Florida, and I believe it was 21-14. Mark Richt was a good coach. He just couldn't get over that hump.
Yep.
Look, Richt is 145 wins, 51 losses. That's Richt's record. 145 wins, 51 losses. Vince Dooley, who was a long-time Georgia guy, been there forever today, was 201 wins and 77 losses. Had Mark Richt stayed a couple of more years, he probably caught Dooley's record.
Correct.
And maybe even surpassed it. Now, with that being said, Kirby's been there since 2015. We're going into 2023. If everything's, is keep going in the line it's going, do you think Kirby will catch Richt and eventually maybe Vince Dooley the record?
Right. Yeah, I believe so, because I feel like Smart's where he wants to be, and I feel like he'll spend the rest of his career there.
Somebody don't think you're a fan. Somebody in the chat told me to ask you who was the quarterback Kirby's first season.
Kirby's first season, it was Jacob Eason. He got hurt from come in.
Mo better. That's your answer, sir. That's the truth. Huh?
Yeah, because it's funny, because Jacob Eason was a real good recruit, and when he got hurt, I was like, I hope he comes back, but Fromm did good, but yeah, it was Jacob.
Yeah, he started to show that Notre Dame game. That's when he started to show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I wasn't big on Stetson Bennett, but he grew on me for sure.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got to realize a lot of Georgia fans wasn't Stetson Bennett fans. They weren't fans of Stetson Bennett. They were out on the guy. But the guy won 2 championships, man. I mean, you can't take that back from him. Maybe he wasn't the sling the ball all around the field like, what you're looking for.
Right.
And what Eason was supposed to be when they went and got that boy out of Washington. And what's the boy name that came from California?
JT Daniels.
Daniels, but you got to give him the man his props. We laugh and we call him the mailman. And go ahead. What you gonna say, Nick?
I got a question more better in the chat, man. Cause he said that was the second quarterback. He said you was wrong. So who was the first one then?
I thought Mark Rick recruited Eason.
Yeah, he did.
And when Eason got there, Mark Rick left.
That's what I thought.
So, Mo better, who was the first? If Brandon is wrong, then who was it? Because I could have sworn Mark Rick recruited Eason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rick did recruit Eason. Man, I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
But like I'm a Bama man.
Most people said the same thing. Jacob Eason all year 1. From came on year 2. I don't know. But I thought it was Eason myself though.
Kangaroo saying that Eason was the whole first year. Okay, but Eason was a Mark Rick recruit though.
Right.
Because I remember the hype when they said that he went up to Washington and got and brought that boy down south. I remember the whole big hoopla about it, and he didn't he got hurt, man. It didn't pan out for him. But what I was gonna ask you, Vince, dude, I know this before your time. I know, before your time. But Vince Dooley, Mark Rick, Kirby Smart is not there yet. He hasn't been there long enough yet.
Right.
But when it's all said and done, do you think that and I think it will be personally, Kirby Smart name will be somewhere on that building up in Athens?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, for sure. He's the real deal. And, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want anybody else to be our coach but Kirby Smart.
Okay. Because you got to recruit at a high level. And I do have a question, though. Kirby, for some odd reason, can't get a lot of Georgia kids. Do you think it's the Georgia kids just want to leave the state of Georgia and go elsewhere, or?
I'm really not too sure on that. There's a lot of talent that comes out of Georgia.
Right.
I believe Deshaun Watson's from Georgia, I think.
He
Trevor
is from
Lawrence.
Georgia.
There's a lot of, and there's a lot of good good teams out there. Alabama, Ohio State. There's a lot of places kids can choose to go. So it's hard to really offer something to everybody.
Right. Yeah, I just noticed like a lot of the kids leave, and go other places, But they said when you're in a recruiting battle, man, it's crucial or it's helpful to win in your home state.
Right.
Get the kids out the backyard. So, Nick, what you got, sir?
So, I want to ask you some questions about some of these positions. Who replaces Broderick Jones at left tackle?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. The offense is the question for me. I really don't know.
I think I got some because that dude a married man. I don't know. I don't know what side of the ball I don't know if he's going to go right tackle, but I know Harrison Mims. He was a big time recruit, and I'm expecting him to step up and shine. Green, okay, Green. Okay. So overall, and yeah. Okay, so overall, when it's said and done, and I'm not just talking about spring. I'm talking about spring. It's a lot of time development after the spring, summer, and you got fall camp. Overall, who do you think will come out with the quarterback job?
I think Beck, but I want Vandergrift to get it, but I think Beck because Kirby Smart normally goes with the upperclassmen.
Yeah, he goes with the. I get it. I get it. So, do you know who replaces Jalen Carter this season? And everybody else in the chat too, y'all can tag along because these are real questions I'm asking because I don't know.
I'm not. I know Bear Alexander. He's pretty stout.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that position too. A person that I like. He's a true freshman. I think his name is Jamal Jarrett. That dude is nice. He's a true freshman. That dude is quick. He's a big, about 340 something guy. He's a big dude. That dude is gonna be nice. Whenever I'm expecting him to get in the game a lot this season. Like not saying he's a starter because Bear Alexander, he is that guy. He is that guy. Bear Alexander is. I remember him, but he gonna be coming in some snaps. And when he come in some snaps, y'all gonna Georgia fan, whatever Georgia fan that may not be familiar with that guy, they're gonna be like, who the heck is that guy? It's gonna be a true freshman, Jamal Jarrett. I think he runs the 100 in like a 12 point something, but it's something super fast for a kid that size. Like that dude is gonna be, he's gonna be nice whenever he comes. But I got a question. What true freshman do you think, true linebacker, do you think can come in and make, I'm not going to even say impact, push for playing time, push for solid playing time? Mine, I'm going to answer, and I want to hear your question after that. Mine is Troy Bowles. I think he can make a big splash. But y'all have other talented linebackers too. But Troy Bowles is going to be good.
I agree with you on that. I think he's going to come in and be really good. I'm excited to see what Javon Bullard's going to do and Kamari Lassiter. I'm going to keep my eyes on them this year for sure.
And Mo Better, he put in chat. I think he talking about Raylon Wilson. That dude is nice too, Mo Better. I agree. That dude nice. Was Raylon, is that an IMG kid? Wilson, was he CJ Wilson? Yeah, I think I got an IMG kid, I think. Man, I can't remember.
I'm not sure on that.
Okay.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask Brandon. Okay. You're Georgia 2023.
Right.
What's the least position group that you're worried about?
Tight end.
Tight end. Of course. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. You know, I
you
think.
know, you got that's a given.
Yeah, I think Delp's gonna. I think Delp's gonna turn out to be really good.
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most worried you are? Which position group are you the most worried about?
Quarterback.
Okay.
You know, because the room. They got so many good players in there. It's to me that's what I'm worried about. You got a new guy coming in. Because most let's see, Bennett was there. A while. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go with the quarterback position.
Okay. I mean, this all we had a question mark of like who's going to be the starter and whatever may be. But with the defense that you guys have, I think the defense will do its job and keep points too low on the other team. The offense got to just do what they do.
Right.
Speaking of that, what about you guys' corners? You guys losing.
Ringo.
You're losing Ringo. I'm losing 26 and Ringo or what they keep
Yeah.
saying. They said something.
Is it third and what they call
Third
it?
and
Third
Ringo
Ringo
or something
or
like
whatever
that.
it is. I think Malachi Starks is gonna be good, real good again this year, and I think Kamari Lassiter is gonna step it up.
Yeah, I think And see, that was another question. Who gets the other cornerback position besides Kamari? But on the other side of Kamari Lassiter.
Malachi Starks to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's talk about that running back room though. Right now, it's a lot of injuries going on right now in the running back room. So right now, y'all are lacking depth at the running back room. Do you think running back from California? Do you think that dude can come in and probably get a little playing time?
I don't know. I think Milton's gonna be ready to go, and they have Robinson and Edwards, so I don't know. It's hard to call, really.
Okay. And I thought Malachi Moore was a safety. Malachi Starks, isn't he a safety?
No, he's a cornerback.
Okay. I thought it was safety.
I'm pretty sure he's a cornerback.
I mean, you might be right. I mean, you the Georgia guy,
I'm pretty sure he's the corner.
Don't give me a line. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought he was a safety.
No, I'm pretty sure he was a corner.
No, I said you might be right. You might be right.
I think so. I know. One of my favorite players this past year was Chris Smith.
I'm gonna tell you as a Bama fan who the dude I love so much from the Georgia team, Michael Williams.
Yeah,
that guy was that dude. Marvin Jones Jr.
Right.
Is he going to be the one to replace Bill? Because that was one of my dudes that I liked it too during a recruiting process.
Right. Yeah, I believe so. I was surprised at how good Chambliss come in and played for Nolan Smith.
Okay, somebody said he is. Somebody said Starks is a safety.
Okay,
I thought he was. I thought he was.
Yeah, I'm looking at here free safety.
Okay. Says Starks. Then somebody said Starks played both.
I don't know, man. I got so many. Like one thing about Georgia, you guys rotate a lot.
Yeah, they do for sure.
They rotate a lot. So that's one advantage I will say that I think Georgia has that Alabama doesn't have or haven't had in the last couple of years. With the rotation, back and forth, those guys come in kind of ready. They kind of got some playing time and they got their feet wet, and so if you're in the middle of a big game and somebody go down, these guys can kind of they know the positions or whatever, so they're ready to roll.
Right.
And that's a plus for you guys, and I think that's smart on Kirby,
Right.
to play it that way.
Right.
You guys pretty much play by committee.
Right.
Georgia plays by committee. You have a standout with just one particular superstar. You really don't see it.
Right.
So,
Yes, I agree.
So this season, if the quarterback's on point, whatever quarterback y'all choose to come out on point, how much of an impact do you think Thomas and Devontae Levitt will have? I think there'll be two explosive guys at that wide receiver if the ball is distributed to them.
Right, and I believe that
Dominique,
as well. Yeah, right. Yeah, he come from Missouri, and
Missouri.
Thomas come from Mississippi State, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then they still got they got Arian Smith.
Yep.
He's fast, and then they got Rosemary Jack Saint. I think that's what his name is. And and of course you got Bowers, then Delt. I'm curious to because they had Cook, James Cook, that could run out and catch a pass, and they had McIntosh that could run out and catch a pass too. So that's I always I've enjoyed watching them guys run out and catch a pass. So I'm curious to who could come in and do what them two guys did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think they got right now, Brandon. They got one particular site got Rosemary Jack Saint at number 2 at the X position.
Right.
Rara number 1 and Rosemary at number 2 in the
So
X.
that wide receiver room at Georgia, they have experience. They have a lot of experience.
They do indeed.
Because I'm looking. I think you guys' wide receiver room probably gonna be absolutely nasty, man. Thomas, Jackson, McConkey, Aaron Smith.
I forgot about McConkey. Yeah. McConkey.
McConkey, Morissette, and Dylan Bell. I don't really know much about Bell much. But
Dylan Bell, yeah. Dylan Bell.
So with that being said, who's the odd man out in the wide receiver room?
I don't know. That's tough to call. I know it won't be McConkey.
No, McConkey possibly gonna be wide receiver 1, actually.
Yeah. McConkey. Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember Arian Smith playing too much last year.
But think about Arian Smith when he gets in the game. He gonna make it's a play that's gonna happen with this guy. Like that dude, he scores in big time games, man. Like that dude, he shows up when. Yeah,
he's fast. Probably Dylan Bell.
Think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, man. That's a wide room. Now, if y'all got if the quarterback is right and he's distributing the ball, that could be a nasty combination.
Right.
That could be a nasty combination.
Right.
I don't know. So overall, this coming season, I know what you said earlier about the the whole championship thing. What are you looking for this season? I mean, what do you want to see out of your Georgia Bulldogs?
I would. I'd like to go. I'd like to go back to the playoffs.
You like to go back to the playoffs?
Yeah, and I think they can make it.
Yeah, I definitely think they're gonna make the playoffs, no doubt.
Yeah.
SEC championship.
Mm-hmm.
Who you want to see in the SEC championship?
I'd like to see Georgia and Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get another. I'd like to get another shot at them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all won. Y'all won the last. Y'all won the championship the last time we faced off.
I want my lick back.
I want my lick back. Yeah, I came to play, and I take my hats off to you guys. Y'all won. I won't cry. I'm not gonna be one of those people that the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Don't make a difference. It don't make a difference. At the end of the day, the win and loss column is all that matters.
Right.
And this past season, we didn't do what we needed to do to get to what we need to be. Do I believe some things that we would have made the playoffs? Yeah, I think some things would have been different, but we didn't do what we needed to do to make the playoffs. So, I mean, it is what it is. They gave y'all TCU.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it was so funny going into the game. I was hearing people. I don't know, but I was like, man, I don't know where you been for the last couple of years, but TCU is not going to be no Cinderella story, no college football playoff this year. Y'all crazy as I don't know what if y'all thought they're going to come up there and give Georgia a challenge. I'm like, y'all people crazy, man.
Right.
And speaking of playoffs, we're expanding. Oh, I'm going to back up before we get out here. So, come 2024, it's going to be a whole different setup. I forget who you guys play every year. I know I think Auburn is going to be solid. And I can't remember who the other two teams are. But we're going to the different system. We're going to go 3, 6, and 6. So you're going to have your three games that you play every year. Then every 2 years, we're going to play, it's going to rotate. So every 2 years, at least Alabama get to see Georgia, right?
Right.
And Georgia get to see other teams that they don't see on a regular basis. What's your take on the 3, 6, and 6 and the kind of, we're doing away with divisions per se. So how do you look at that? I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
I personally like how it is now. I didn't really like the BCS, but when they came out with the playoffs, I like how it is now. I'm not really looking forward to it expanding really like that.
So well, okay. I was talking about the SEC.
Oh, SEC.
Yeah, because we're bringing in Oklahoma and we're bringing in Texas. So they're doing away with the East and West, and we're going to 3, 6, and 6. So Georgia won't necessarily be the East. Alabama won't necessarily be the West. We'll just be the SEC, and we're playing. Like I said, we will face Georgia every 2 years, starting 2024. It's like right now we see each other every maybe unless we're in the SEC championship, we see each other every 4 or 5 years or something like that, 6 years.
Right.
But now we will see each other every 2 years. Now you will see, because you play Kentucky, Missouri, Florida, Auburn, Vandy, and who else is it that you guys play every year?
South Carolina.
Who you say?
We play South Carolina every year.
South Carolina. That's what I was missing. Yeah. But going when we started 3-6-6. Some of those teams you're not gonna see every year. So maybe South Carolina. I know Auburn. You guys are gonna keep it from the projection. You still see Auburn every year, but you guys are gonna go and probably see like LSU every other year, Alabama every other year, maybe TAMU, Texas A&M every other year. People that that you didn't face as much. Do you think that's going to stifle? That's going to hurt you guys' chances going to the playoffs and whatever not, or you welcome the competition?
I think it. I welcome it. It'll be fun to watch.
Right. And
yeah, it'll be fun to watch for sure.
And honestly, my opinion on that is, it's not the permanent games that we need to worry about. It's the rotating games that we need to work, because you got the permanent, but some years that rotating schedule is going to be like, this ain't even fair. This
right.
ain't even some days, some years be like that.
Right. It's gonna be like a gauntlet of just like you like,
God, yeah, they never get a break.
Never. Hey, I'm telling you right now, I said this before. I feel sorry for Auburn, because Auburn,
man,
dude,
like, and that's what I was trying to say. At one point, when we were talking about the Saban situation about him so-called crying or whatever, and I heard so many things that they're basing it on a G point, and I heard they're basing it on how well you did the last 10 years. And I tell people, I said, well, the reason why Tennessee is on that list, because if you base it on the last 10 years, Tennessee won nothing. They garbage. It was just last season they had a good season. Now, last couple seasons, they've been better. Don't get me wrong, but if you base it off the last 10 years, Tennessee has been garbage. That's why Tennessee is on the list, of course. Right. But if we talk about a geographical standpoint, I like playing LSU every year. I don't want to change that, but it should be Mississippi State over LSU if it's a geographical standpoint.
We're close to the state. Yep, we're close to Mississippi. Right. So,
but I don't know how. I really don't know how they did this thing. Right. Hey, let me ask you this question, John. Let me ask you this question too. The comments that Hugh Freeze made, basically saying that we should play in-state colleges, like, for instance, Georgia play Valdosta or Georgia State. What are your thoughts on that?
For the spring game.
For the spring game.
For the spring game?
So instead of like the G-Day game where, Georgia play a Georgia State or Valdosta or Georgia, type of Georgia Southern, a smaller school. So it goes to be a real scrimmage, but not a real scrimmage. Nobody's playing to hurt each other, but you already know.
I assume that would bring some good revenue for them smaller schools.
Right, that's one take.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I reckon. I mean, I enjoy the G-Day game. But if it gives those smaller schools some financial opportunity, why not?
Okay. So my thoughts on that. This is the reason why I love A-Day, G-Day, T-Day, whatever day. This is why I like it, because it's in-house evaluation. No, it's in-house evaluation. This is the time you get to see the recruits that you were so excited for in the past before. This is the time you get to see those guys actually get on the field, because every 5-star recruit that comes out every year is not going to play right away. Some of them don't even play at all, but this is time when you're replacing the old guys and to evaluate them. So if you play these other teams, I guarantee you that's going to cut back on the process, because you can say, yeah, we're going to work everybody in, but when you play the 8A G-Day game, it's Georgia. So you always have Alabama, Georgia players, Auburn players. You always have those guys on the field. And for Hugh Freeze to make a comment like this at his first year, like, you need the in-house evaluation the most out of these teams. You need that. You don't need to be trying to go and beat up on the UAB and prove a point that is not really going to be proven because you beat up A&M or like, you need the in-house evaluation. You need to see what you need to address in the transfer portal or address in recruiting. So I really feel like my overall thoughts are I feel like he's just trying to be heard. He's trying to be relevant. He just want to be seen right now.
Right.
I get it, you know. He ain't got
But
no
it
negative.
will be entertaining. If it would have happened, I would love to watch it.
Right.
So you said you're not fan of the expansion of the playoffs. You like it at 4.
I've enjoyed it at 4. You know, like I said, I wasn't I wasn't a huge fan of the BCS, and I've
Mhm.
enjoyed the 14 playoff. I really have personally.
Right. I wouldn't mind going to 8. You know,
Right.
you know, maybe 10. But I say 8. But anything more than that, like we're going to 12, and some people talking about take it up to 16, all this type of stuff. You're only prolonging the inevitable.
Right.
You know, that's all you're doing. You know, this is not college basketball where some team
Nah.
is gonna, sneak past.
Cinderella story don't really work in
This
football.
is football,
Unless you playing a Pac-12
right?
team.
Yeah,
That's the only time it may
football.
work.
Yeah,
But
Right.
honestly,
right. But other
honestly, I feel like it's gonna end up being a whole bunch of irrelevant teams. There might be teams that had good season, but in the end, when they come playing the Blue Bloods, the top dogs, it's gonna be irrelevant teams.
right.
Right.
So you can say we made the playoffs, but you got to the playoffs and got smacked, man. Come on, man. I don't know if it's worth making the playoffs and go get smacked the first round, or like we shouldn't have been there in the first place and just go play your bowl game and whatever. That's my point. Like I said,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
man.
mind 8. I wouldn't mind 8 in the top 2 teams get a bye and from there,
Right.
but all this other stuff they're trying to stretch it. It's all about money, really. When it's all said and done,
Yeah.
it's about money. It's about advertising and money for these people. That's what it is.
And go back to the spring thing we was talking about. Honestly, college football love making money so much off these dudes. I'm surprised they ain't went that route already.
Right.
Because they love with the money. I'm surprised they already haven't went that route.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Well, hey man, I done had a good time talking to you, Brandon. I don't know, Nick, you got any other questions for him?
Nah, man, I appreciate you coming on, giving us your time tonight. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
brother.
appreciate y'all having me. It was nice to talk football to y'all. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
And Brandon, everybody, once again, his name is Brandon Carrison. He is a UGA fan. For all you UGA fans that's mad that he didn't say that y'all gonna kill everybody by 100 points and all this good stuff. And, the man has a right to his opinion. And he has,
Just like anybody, it's just my opinion. It's not right or wrong. It's just what I think.
Right.
But overall, even with me, I was saying like, wow, I was surprised you said that because even me, I still think Georgia gonna steamroll a lot of people. But I understand. I see that you understand. It's a lot of question marks still going into the season. New coordinator, new quarterback replacement. Depth issues at the running back. It's a lot of question marks. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And, that's why I say, that's why I say what I say. I'm not, I'm not I'm not sure. There's a lot of question marks. I'm not worried about the defense. I'm not.
Yeah.
The offense is is the question for me. They'll be good for sure, but I just don't know what they're gonna do if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
And to everybody who don't know, I'll tell you, Brandon hates Tennessee.
And I think we all, in the end, we all do agree on that.
Yes. And I used to not hate them. I always hated Florida, but a coworker of mine, he just would talk.
I know you're talking about.
I'm talking about Fred. He would just talk crap every day, and I'd just be like, "Yeah, man, I don't know." And I just kept my mouth shut all year, and then
listen. This is the truth. This is the God honest truth. This man, he camouflage. He camo. He come in camo. You know, he got the big beard. He's a hunter type of dude. Like he's hunting camo.
Joe Dirt.
Tennessee beat Alabama. The brightest orange cap came out. Where the hell that cap come from?
I didn't even know he liked Tennessee.
No.
I didn't even know he liked Tennessee.
A new Tennessee fan.
Dude, Monday, he come in with a bright orange Tennessee cap, singing Morgan Waller Tennessee song. I'm like,
yeah.
Where did the cap come from?
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know he liked damn Tennessee. From Georgia, you know, don't like the Falcons. You know, I'm just like, man, I love the Falcons. They're my home team.
Listen, they lost. We ain't see that hat no more.
No, I did not see that hat no more.
Camouflage came back right back. We see that hat no more.
He didn't say nothing the entire
that
year.
That thing was bright and crispy orange. I mean, I was like, it was glowing. I'm like,
oh my God. Hey, Waylon crazy, bro. Waylon said, he said he probably had an orange butt plug. Oh boy, that's funny.
All right. Well, yeah, y'all. Once again, this is our first show, me and Nick tonight. And we didn't think we were going to have Brandon on. He was having some technical difficulties, but I'm glad he was able to get on. And
me too.
And appreciate you coming on, man. Tell you what, when the season starts, we'd like to have you on again, especially I want to have you on when Tennessee plays Georgia, that game. And if we just so happen to meet each other in the SEC championship, the week before, we can come on and talk some, some predictions on what we think may happen,
Right. Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Okay. Well, Brandon, you ain't got to hang up yet, but everybody, it's a great show. Glad, you guys tuned in, everybody in the chats, all your Georgia fans. Tom Reed, you said you was coming. I'm glad you came. Good to see you, my friend. Stephen Hicks, Kangaroo Black, the Godfather, Waylon. Mo Better, 6-0, William Bryant, Jeff Stapleton. I saw Brittany be here earlier. I could have swore I did.
Yeah.
Jeff Roy, Spencer, if I did say.
Eric D was in here.
Even beer cans and baddies.
Yes, sir.
Joe crazy. He's in here. Okay. And once again, this has been the CTS Sports Room production, along with Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk. What's your page name?
Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Y'all come and subscribe to the channel. Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers right now. I'm at 406. Hey, come check me out. Be a blue blood.
Subscribe.
Hey,
please subscribe.
And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank for the super chats. I want to thank for the super chats.
Yes. Cool. It was 6-0 and who else?
Bell. Bell. I can't remember his name. His first. Yeah, Bell. I know that.
Okay. Appreciate that. And we're gonna close this thing on out, man. Look forward to seeing everybody again next week. Don't forget, Tuesday night, CTS Sports Room, the Horsemen. I will be there. Icebox is here tonight too. The Horsemen. Monday night we have McAdale on with Football University.
Yes, Football
University with McAdale on Monday. So, and don't forget those. And keep on watching out for my man Nick Saban Jr. because he got a lot of things in the work with his channel that he's doing. Watch out for him. And we're going to end it, y'all, with a Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.